Hey kids, welcome to another episode of the 1 6 Pack, episode 67. Welcome. My name is Trevor, 16Shooter. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Tom at Eye of Awatu and TJ Capes.and.Rifles. And joining us tonight, again, 2 weeks in a row, is Maz from at Maz _toy _ photography. Gotta say those underscores.
What's up? Yeah, well,
those dots. Yeah, I know. Me too. That sucks, but what it is. How's it going, Mouse? How are you?
it's going, man. It's going. I'm not gonna be drinking tonight because I'm gonna be at I got a DJ gig tomorrow night, in which case I'll be drinking. But I am wearing.
Well, good. You don't want to drink you don't want to drink at home. You want to drink on the job. There you go. That's nice.
Have a point. Wait
Exactly.
For the blow over. It's Shaun of the Dead.
Don't drink responsibly at home. Drink while you're working. That's much better. Good idea.
One of my favorite zombie movies, right there.
Right. It's a great
Shaun of the Dead.
What are you drinking? Or you're not drinking?
I'm not drinking.
He literally just said, "I'm not
what are you
drinking."
Mountain Dew? What do you got? A Mountain Dew?
It's gonna be Diet Mountain Dew.
Okay, Mountain Dew. All right, Diet Mountain Dew.
Tomorrow night will be my strong.
There you go. TJ, what do you got?
Oh, I'm excited about this one. Initially, I was gonna have a Coors Light because I've been on medication since like Sunday.
And Coors Light goes well with water.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Right.
What
We
is
got a
this?
pumpkin.
All hollow treat.
Yep.
So, it's a stout, peanut butter stout.
Peanut butter
Peanut
stout.
butter?
Was it a
Yeah,
pumpkin
Imperial
peanut butter
chocolate,
stout?
No, Imperial
not. It's,
chocolate
peanut
Oh,
butter.
stout.
Yeah.
Well, if you weren't sick, you're gonna be sick after drinking that. It sounds like it's got.
Oh, I know.
tons of
I'm gonna
stuff in
drink all of them tonight. It's that kind of week. Look at that.
Dude,
Look how cool that is.
looks.
That is a nice.
That's
nice
a
flavor.
rad design.
This might be
Really
my
is.
favorite beer I brought onto the show.
Wow, really? It's that good?
Well,
It beats Coors
it's
Light.
good. Absolutely.
I
No.
mean, the stout is great.
No, it
I mean,
doesn't.
peanut butter it can go either way, man. It can be
No,
like a little too.
it's enjoyable, but like the can is like what's more entertaining for me.
Oh, I see. It's just all about the can. Okay.
Yeah, it's all about the cans.
Cool.
That's how I buy my wines usually. It's all about
Tom, what do you got?
label. Well, since real quick because Maz showed off his shirt, I just want to show off my new shirt because it's real awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's my Halloween
nice.
styled Black
my
Costume
favorite
Spidey and
goblin.
Hobgoblin.
There you go.
It's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite goblin.
Kind of got a Halloween shirt on too. There you go.
Yeah, the crow. What do you got, TJ? White T-shirt.
White T-shirt.
I can't
Came after
get
work,
this.
you know?
I can't get it out of my koozie. Otherwise, I would show it
No.
off. But it's
She's
there we go. It's the New Belgian Voodoo Vice. So
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's awesome,
I
Maz.
saw that today.
You saw these today, or you saw Maz's comic?
Yeah, I saw the new. Yeah, I saw those today in the store.
Yeah, they have a whole like hazy IPA pack, and I got a mixed
Yeah.
pack. And
I'm
all
so
really
done
good.
with IPAs, man. I keep
Really?
looking at them like they
taste like
there's some good
juice, though.
labels, some interesting stuff, and I'm like, kind of done. I just don't like them. it's too hoppy, man. I don't. It's too hoppy. Hey,
I want to
what's
try
up,
Mike Clitoris. I want to try his and his beer that he's planning on having later.
That's not his actual name, believe it or not. I met up with Mike. I won't say his real name at New York Comic Con though. He's a great guy. He's always on the show with Shane, 16 Figure Focus with me. I was trying to get him on tonight, but he had to work. So, but yeah, Founder's French Toast Bastard. That sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good, right?
Really good. So I'm continuing with the pumpkin beers. I don't know why. I enjoy a pumpkin beer, but
Great season,
gotta be the right one.
Yeah.
The hippo's telling me. I'm telling you.
I keep trying. So River Horse, Hippo, Lantern, Pumpkin, from New Jersey, brewed. It's ale brewed with pumpkin. What I mean, you usually are, but no. But I mean, it's usually an ale that's a base for the pumpkin. But it's all right. It's a pumpkin beer.
Ringing endorsement. It's all right.
Yay.
Yeah.
Fine.
I don't know. They're all just a little too over the top for me. Pumpkin-y. Like I just want something subtle.
It's not as good as Tom's coffee.
No.
One of these days, I'll be cool and have a logo that actually is my
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
One
Where's
of
your
these
logo
days.
hat, TJ? No.
Hmm?
Where's your logo hat?
I was too
Not
lazy.
wearing it tonight.
You gotta let the hair breathe every now and again. Yeah.
It's over there on the table. I can't. But
Oh.
Downstairs.
let me see who's in the chat here. Dave Orkin. What's up, Dave?
going on,
Ron, what's up, Mitch?
What's up?
Brendan Higgins, Controversial Toys. What's up, man?
Joe,
Joseph, Mike, the aforementioned Mike, Eduardo,
Alberto.
Alberto, TJ Williams, my brother. What's up, man? Nate Strong, my other brother from another mother.
There's so many cool people.
Red Dog, he's back. What's up, Paul?
Oh.
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
Paul was on with us last week. We'll have Paul on again. And yeah, cool. So we got a couple people in here.
Which is amazing, seeing as how we didn't promote it whatsoever this week.
And I put up a placeholder for it. I got this new placeholder thing that I'm just going to put up like going forward. Like I keep forgetting to do it, but I'm going to just like it's happening. You know what I mean? This week, I don't have the thumbnail done, but like there's a placeholder. The 1 6-pack is happening this week. I got one for Legion's Lounge too, but yeah, I gotta get on that and do that. What else? I don't know. I don't have any announcements. I mean, I'm still working on trying to get a good night for this 2000. It's going to be 2,500 by the time we get there. 2,500 subscriber celebration. We got giveaways from people who have given us giveaway stuff. Alberto.
Mm-hmm. We gotta get this.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We gotta get that going. But the Legion's Con's coming up, and I'm crammed right now. So I think maybe post Legion's Con, because you'll be there. TJ, you gotta come, man. You're not coming. Can't come.
I can't make it.
All right.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it anyway. But
yeah, I can't make it either because I know you're concerned about me.
I already knew you weren't coming, Ma, so I wasn't even gonna bother to ask.
I know, but it wouldn't have been funny if I just let that go.
I think you're the only one on your show now on Tuesdays that's not coming, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The regulars.
You've now commandeered my entire panel. They're all going to Legion's Con.
That's what I do.
All
I
it
get
takes
on
is
shows and I
you
turn
buy
people
one
on
Legion.
to Mythic Legions, and that's pretty much it.
I got some Legions. I can't take that time off right yet, man. Hopefully next year I can go, but we'll see.
It's a great show.
Legion's got to be. My parents are up there, man, so I have to see them on my vacation. I have to go and see my folks, and that doesn't leave a lot of room for other big trips.
I got you.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's kind of how I felt like last year with Legion's Con. Like, I really wanted to go, but it just wasn't going to work out when it was happening and whatnot. And I was like, when that happened, I was like, next year, I'm making it work no matter what. So I already had booked in that time from January 1st. So like you start thinking about next year, you'll be able to do it. Like if you actually plan out.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking about, like Designer Con too. Next year I want to go to Designer Con, but I'm going to definitely work it out next year. Because I don't think Four Horsemen are going to be at Designer Con this year too, which will be cool.
Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome.
Will they be
idea, by the way?
What's that? I like this idea.
I like Nate's idea. Just do like a big New Year's spectacular for your show, or channel, which also is a
that could be. But it'd be great though. Like last year, I did the drive fundraiser for Toys for Tots, or it was we adopted a family and we did some Toys for Tots stuff too. But Toys for Tots is so anonymous, you just throw it in a bucket and it's like. But this one, like you got a family, and that worked out really well. And I'd like to do it again this year, so maybe we'll do it pre-Christmas or something like that, or post-Thanksgiving or something, and see if we can do that again. All right, let's move on with this show. However, this is about 1 6 figures. So tonight we're going to talk about. We got some news. Not a ton though. Am I wrong about that? It's just not a lot since.
No,
you were on.
Not like the last show.
No. Okay. Yeah, because we hadn't been on for a while. But the main subject is going to be kind of like, are you picking things up to fill a space on your shelf? Are you picking things up because you want to have a representation on the shelf, and maybe not having the patience to wait for something better, cheaper, whatever your preference is there, preferably better, you know what I mean, or exactly what you want. So we'll get into that a little bit later. Because I think a lot of people, I do that. I mean, I do. Yeah. I think we all do it in some way, shape, or form. And the pros and cons of doing that, because sometimes there can be a con to waiting. So, and there is no space. There is no space. That's right.
I also think there's a little bit of the you see an announcement of a figure and you're afraid that that's going to be the only version of that figure that will ever come out in that scale. So you're just like, I gotta get it because that's it. No one's going to do this again.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we know if you wait, there's guaranteed you'll be seeing that iterated upon multiple times.
I got into this mindset, and TJ, you might also concur with this in that in doing custom stuff, getting into the custom world. And when you're into customs, it's like nobody's ever going to do, Taxi Driver. Now, all right. So far, nobody has done Taxi Driver except for, companies that have basically ripped off and recast the ones that we did, years ago as customs. But there are some things that you may never see. But I think more and more of these third-party companies who are getting better and better at what they do, you'll have the chance, whether you want to buy into, I don't like covering present toys here because they rip off a lot of artists. If they did their own sculpts or something like that, I'd be like, hey, whatever. If you're recasting Hot Toys parts, whatever. But they're ripping off independent artists, which I don't like. But
no.
But you can go out and you can get a Mad Max figure, now, like, whereas, you could have gotten a shitty one years ago, or, you could have gotten a custom years ago because you felt like that was the only chance you was ever going to get that figure. And it's just not the case anymore, I don't think. But there are some cons to that too. Some are medium thought, while others are nice to have. Yeah. Even managed to save a couple of bucks on the nice to have wish list. Yep. That's the other part of that. That's the other.
That is it.
Exactly.
That happens to me a lot in 1/12. Actually, like,
yeah.
I need to have a Marvel Legend or something like that. Like, I pre-order it. It's always on the clearance rack on Target after I only the ones I pre-order. Those are the ones that hit clearance. All the time.
We're into this discussion. Maybe we can just start with the discussion instead of waiting for
sure.
later. I mean, we're kind of having it. So, Tom, you brought up an excellent example of this while we were talking backstage. With you know what, we can kill two birds with one stone here, and I can
bring them up. Let's talk about it.
Here we go.
And what I was saying, because Trevor's going to bring it up, is I was talking about the Venom that just recently came out or got announced, and I purposely bought the movie Venom because I wanted Venom represented in my shelf. Mm-hmm. Granted, I'm a comic book guy. I wanted comic book Venom on my shelf, but the movie Venom he's a great figure. I love that figure now that I have it. But then, of course, I got my figure not even a full month ago, and then here we go. And here's a much, like, it's not the comic one, but it's the closest we'll probably see. Maybe I don't know if Venom gets different skins.
I'm still holding out, Tom. I'm still holding out. I think we're gonna get the actual Eddie Brock.
Maz is doing it right.
You're a smart man, Maz. You're a smart man. Me, I'm like, I'll buy all the Venoms and then sell them. And then again, I'll never actually sell the one side.
For me, this one's also too big. This one's just huge. It's
massive.
I mean, take away an inch, or a centimeter. It's the size of a.
I mean, that is nuts. It's nuts. I kind of want to just get it because of this. This dwarfs the Hulk.
Yeah, I know. He dwarfs everything but the Hulkbuster, right? Compared to all the stuff they've done.
Yeah, it's probably about the same height as the Hulk.
He is one
alien too.
He's an inch shorter than the Hulkbuster, I think.
Wow.
It's centimeters. Hulkbuster's 54 centimeters. He's 53.
Oh, so 1 centimeter. So that's insane.
Not even an inch. Centimeter.
But he's 6 inches taller than the movie Venom, which when I got him and I opened him up, I'm like, this is a huge figure. This is amazing. And then this thing comes out with, I'll put a whole figure on top of that figure, and then that's this thing. I get it, though. Venom is always crouched and hunched over, so it's going to look more right when he's like that. But you can't put him like that on your shelf without thinking about worrying about the knees, worrying about like the bending and the creasing and whatnot.
Well, so, you're going to have to do
because this is seamless, right? This has got the seamless ratcheted knees and elbows and stuff like that. And I've done that with the Hulk, and I haven't had any problem with it. But it's not really in an extreme pose or anything like that. But you never know.
Yeah. He's got to really crouch so to fit in most. I mean, a Detolf's only 15 inches tall.
Oh, forget about a Detolf.
Unless you.
My Hulk's in my Detolf. My regular Hulk.
I had my Hulk. Did I have
my Gladiator is on a special shelf, but my regular Hulk is on the bottom shelf because it's the biggest, and he just fits just
by himself. Yeah, in
no, I got some other figures in there, but you know me.
But
there's like 6 figures in each.
And I don't think he's going to even fit inside my Module Case DF120.
No, probably not.
He's going to be hitting that ceiling.
Yeah,
unless I crouch him.
You need like one of those statue Module Case modules.
Yeah,
I don't know all the designations. EP guys throw around the Module Case designations like it's
the Max 140s are the equivalent to what I have, but for statues.
This is like talking about stereo equipment back when I was a teenager, man. You got I watched some of these shows. They're like, oh yeah, you got the Max 120. No, I got the wide 240 or double. Whatever. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
And I'm still not happy with the spider on his chest, man. I don't like it going over his shoulders. I don't like that. If they kept it out of his shoulder area and left that black up there,
I don't mind the shoulders. I don't like the jagged stuff that they added all over. Like it has to be. It's like this is his heavy metal cover version of his logo, which is already kind of a metal looking logo, right? Like the Venom logo looks rad, and then they're like, no, we got to add more crazy zigzags up to the top that go around.
But the comics are leaning more into this logo too now.
Yeah, they use a lot of the over the shoulder look.
Yeah, give me the McFarlane Venom. That's the
Venom
I'm holding out for. I'm holding out for my hero.
He's smaller though. The McFarlane original Venom is a lot smaller. I like him to be more of a tank, but not bigger than the Hulk. I have like a Hulk as the top, then Venom, and then we can start talking.
Now, see, I did jump on that Black Symbiote Spider-Man. I did jump on him.
Yeah, I like that one too, man.
Yeah.
Although
I'm not going to get it, but I really like it, and I'll probably regret it. But
I'm not a fan of all the extra little like shoulder pad type stuff he's got.
Oh yeah,
that muscle. I just wanted a flat black.
See, I liked my favorite Venom that I have, and I think it's the only Venom I have because I'm not really a big fan of Venom. Is the original Mafex one, the original
I have
looking. I love that, man. That's my favorite one.
That is a very classic Todd McFarlane style Venom. Which, if they did that at 1/6, he would be just a little bit taller than a regular 1/6 scale figure.
I mean, this makes more sense for the monster that they were trying to convey, and the more crazy it got, the more it kind of made sense for the creature that he is. But I don't know. I just kind of like that whole costume and stuff and the way it came in. But this is nuts, man. Look at this. Who the hell is going to have room to shoot this thing like this, man?
Yeah,
it's going to be nuts.
It's
nice close-ups and stuff you'll be able to get, but you're going to have that big hell of a big table and background, or you're going to have to do some photoshopping to get
with my 90mm lens. I'm going to have to be in another room trying to shoot this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the uptick though is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to jump on this Venom and they're going to offload their other Venom. And you might be able to get it at a price in which you can put your own spider.
See? Okay. Thank you, Moz. Bringing it back around. That's exactly what we're talking about, because like you could wait. Like again, like on the flip side of I want that Venom, but I'm not going to get it yet because I mean, what are the odds that they're going to come out with another Venom? I mean, pretty good. There's good odds that they're going to come out with another Venom.
We'll get a comic book Venom eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
When that is. Probably. Who knows? But eventually,
eventually, Venom is going to be coming back into the Sonyverse,
the MCU, yes,
with the MCU in its iteration, and you're going to get that version. So, can you wait? Like, you want this. Maybe it's not exactly what you want, or maybe it is, but you're not ready to plunk down that kind of money. I mean.
Which is not Venom. That bad. This Venom shocked me how big he is. How much was it? 430 or
20?
Yeah, he's not that expensive for how big he is, but he doesn't come with a lot either.
No.
He comes with like an extra
2 heads, 3 different tongues, a bunch of tendrils, and 3 pairs of hands.
Mike says, I feel this way about newly announced Venom. I want a comic inspired Venom, and I feel like this is the closest I'll get. Let me put everybody over here so we could do that.
I think it's the closest for now, like we were saying. And I do think that if we give it, and Mike, you actually said something in the comments earlier about your prediction for Venom 3. I had that same prediction for Venom 2, which is why I waited on the first Venom figure and I got the second one, because I was like, oh, he'll have a logo in the second movie. They're not going to leave that logo off. So, we'll definitely be getting other versions of him, and, who knows how long it'll take. So it's really more that, like, how long are you okay leaving that shelf space blank without a Venom when there are those out there in the world, versus waiting for 5 years when they actually do a comic styled version, or the MCU one looks just like the comic or something like that.
Yeah.
See, what I think is a happy kind of medium is the Venom, the Marvel Legends, the 2-pack Venom that came with the King in Black. I mean, take the wings off of them, but that's a great looking Venom there. I mean, if you take the wings off of him, I don't mind like the little veininess, but he's got the spider. You know, he's got kind of a goo look to him. I'm fine with that. I'm actually
looks wise, but not it's not 1/6. But
no, of course not. But that, I mean, if that's where they go with it, I would. That would be one that I'd be happy enough to buy. I'd be like, yes, that'd be good.
Mitch, this is a good point, and this is another angle on this. There's many angles on this. It's not. I'm not. We're not saying you should wait for things. We're saying that there's good points and bad points to having patience sometimes.
Yep.
I've experienced it in both ways. I would say it all depends on the property. If it's niche, you might have 1 to 2 chances. But if people don't buy the figs, then there's no fiscal incentive for others to make them, or the same company to make any more, which is a good point.
I agree with that. Yeah,
I was
going
going
to say that about this Venom.
figures. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hoping people. I think the new company name is escaping me.
Which figure?
Started doing the Dune figures, the licensed.
Oh,
Dune.
Figures. Oh, I don't remember what the name of it.
Because InArt is going to be doing Paul
Yeah,
Atreides.
InArt had the license for Dune.
Yeah, but it's the
they
one.
do.
It's the other one that look the figures that look good that you're trying to think of.
Yeah, they do look very good. I mean, are people going to buy those? I mean, to me, the Dune was like one of the best science fiction movies in the last probably 20 years that I've seen, and I thought it was fantastic. And but not a lot of people are. It was, it's hard to get anybody into anything that's not like an already established Marvel, Star Wars universe. Witness this whole the AI thing, the creator that nobody's apparently going to see, which I heard is pretty good. So I mean, if you don't go out and buy it, Lord of the Rings is another marginal thing. With there's a lot of fans, but there aren't a lot of fans who are willing to plunk down maybe $500 for a Gandalf or something like that. But if you don't buy it, aren't going to have the incentive to do more of the Fellowship, which I hope they do. But yeah, it's true. But are you responsible for, your money? Are you responsible for making sure that something comes about? Things like Venom, I don't think you have to, make sure that enough Venoms sell.
I think you're right
more
with Venom.
Than doing another Venom.
I think I am on that fence of the type of people though that would like, I want to see more Venom. Get this Venom to support another Venom.
Yeah,
and be the part of the.
I don't need a collection of Venoms though. Just like Iron Man, I got the Mark 7, and when they announced the Mark 3, the reissue, I bought that, and I'm like, I'm good. The Mark 3 is really what I wanted. I bought the Mark 7 at the time, thinking it wouldn't be another Mark 3, and now I'm good. I got
we did the same exact thing, man. That's the Mark 7 is my Iron Man on the shelf. Like I have one version of like my favorite costume, my favorite outfit from Marvel characters as my Avengers shelf. And I like the Mark III a lot. I think I may have to replace.
It was the closest to the comic book without looking like the comic book, in my opinion. It looked like a real life version of the comic book, which is why I like it. It's got the red and gold. It's not playing with color. It's just
I mean, it's because it doesn't have any of the silver in it. It's just gold and red. That's what I like about it. And it's still the mechanical man, not the nanotech suit.
Yeah, I hate the nanotech stuff. I won't buy the Mark 85.
I don't hate it. I feel like it's more classic Iron Man to have the suit.
It doesn't look great. Yeah. Anyway,
what were you saying, Tom?
Oh no, I was gonna say it's funny because I have the same mentality where I only have one on display. I have a Mark 7, I have a Mark 50, but the Mark 85 is my display one because for some odd reason I like the way the colors are broken up on that. The colors break up in a way that's very classic to me. So same mentality, just different armor.
Is there a Venom 3? Have they announced the Venom 3?
There will be
they've
a Venom
announced
3, yeah.
But he is coming over the MCU
place
as well. But whether or not it's Tom Hardy's Venom, that's a whole other story.
It's amazing that they can still keep making those, right? I mean, are they really making?
They do really well.
Do they?
Overseas.
The second one did. Yes, China. It's China that's responsible for how well Venom is doing. Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I hadn't paid attention to it. Is that just a giant monster type of thing? Like
it might be.
Speaking of which,
they like the tendrils.
Oh no, let's not go down that route.
I didn't want to get too specific. That's all I'm saying.
Actually, let's not speak of that because I'm going to go off on a tangent.
What, tendrils?
The new show on Apple Plus.
Which one?
I got to. What's the name of the agency that searches the monsters, hunts the monsters?
BPRD?
No,
That's my agency that hunts monsters.
It's in the. Hang on.
That's Hellboy.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I love it.
I just got done watching Fall of the House of Usher. That was pretty good.
That's what I'm currently.
We were just talking about that. Yeah. God damn it! Why are you doing this? Oh, hang on a second.
Alberto said Hot Toys loves Venom. Odds are we'll get a classic looking one. And I'm like, yeah, I think they do, because I think, as we were saying, I think it sells really well. Like, this Venom is huge.
Yeah.
It's big. The price isn't that bad. I feel like he's going to sell just fine, even at this size, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think he also, and I think a lot of people that aren't in the know are going to think this is the one to jump on. This is the one that's going to be the comic book representation as close as they feel that is going to happen. But little do they know, Hot Toys is not going to leave that money on the table. They will comic book.
No, Venom isn't Iron Man, and it's not quite Spider-Man, but I think it's right along the lines of those, and it's going to be something that you can do a different iteration of, and probably keep reusing some of these little add-on.
Oh yeah, you can use the tendrils.
You know what's amazing?
Little things.
They've been doing new ones for every figure.
I know.
Which is
I was just gonna say, like, I don't think actually any of these are reused from the symbiote Spider-Man.
None of these are reused for symbiote Spider-Man. From the Spider-Man 3 one, that looks all brand new. From the one from the game, that's all brand like they're going. I feel like they have someone on staff that just really loves sculpting tendrils, and then they're just like, just go ham. Just
I lost that file, but they have the tooling that die for it. So I mean, I can't imagine that they wouldn't want to reuse that. I mean, they're all about reusing.
You had Paul's message up there for a second.
Venomized line included. Yeah. I did want to see Paul's. No, it was Trigger finger syndrome. Stuff having the patience. Yeah, for sure, and that's the whole point. Like,
I'm trying to get better about that myself, and that's exactly why I want to talk about this topic, because I'm trying to do the patience is the way to go, because like the inner Gandalf that I'm sure we'll talk about more in detail. But I got the crown. I think it looks okay, but the second they showed Inar, I was like, why did I get this crown? I should have but there's no way to see that, because Inar wasn't even a thought at that point.
And there is an element of what is the best out there and can it get better? I mean, this is the kind of thing that you have to kind of discern. And it's hard to sometimes, because I think the way things are analyzed now and the way we can do, not that we didn't have Photoshop or anything like that, but custom wise, I mean, TJ, you know this, Rain Man, right? I mean, like classic guy's been doing customs forever. He's like the original full custom, beautiful set of, accessories and clothing. His sculpts at the time was like, okay, we're not going to get again a Travis Bickle, or I'm trying to think of who else you've done, Psycho. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not going to get those figures. At the time, there was no chance that those were going to come out.
Right.
So, you looked at them and you went, oh, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? And it's the best you're going to get. And it's Rain Man. So it's like, it's going to be worth the price, but then you look back on those sculpts and you go, not even close to today's standards. You know what I mean? In terms of Hot Toys. But at the time, Hot Toys was like marginal as well. So it's all escalated, and it's just going to get better. Your next Gandalf is going to have, whatchamacallit, like not synthetic,
the wool hair.
No, the skin. Like, remember we had the
that
Al Pacino synthetic.
Right. Yeah.
What is it?
I don't
know. I was agreeing with you.
Oh yeah. So I'm trying to silicone sculpts that will move. They won't have like jaw movement or something like that. So there's always something around the corner that you're not going to have the best of. But like, it's things like this. Like, I got this. This is the Susu Toys. We waited forever for this thing. I think the body's great. There's like 4 versions of this at this point right now. Like, Toys Era put one out.
Yep.
Who else put up one out? Present Toys.
Sorry, license.
Oh,
well, yeah,
Star
Star
Ace
Ace.
is one, didn't
Star
it?
Ace, who actually owns it, without the worst one, probably.
Wait, not probably. That is a definite with a hard period on the end of that
Definitely.
sentence.
Sculpt wise, I don't know about the suit. I haven't really looked at that one up close, but
Yeah, I hear that the Toys R Us head on that body is like the ideal.
But I'm honestly, the Toys R Us head isn't that great either. Like none
Right.
of them are really that great. And do you think that, like, again, like I picked this up? Do you think? I mean, unfortunately, Star Ace has the license, but is it something that maybe an InArt picks up because it's a cheaper license or something, and then they could do
InArt,
maybe down the line?
Actually, I can
You know
see
what I mean?
InArt as a possibility.
Depending on the
'cause-
longevity of this show.
Yeah.
You know, right
well,
now
there's
it's
already
hot.
the spin-off is also really good.
Yeah,
so I feel
Gen
like,
V is really hot.
yeah.
too,
So I feel
Mhm.
like that only makes the original series look
Yeah.
even better to people who are doing the licensing.
Yeah.
So I can see InArt looking to bolster what their offerings are and them seeking out Amazon.
And they could probably get
versus-
the license in the US for this, because anything Star Race does is they never lock up an exclusive license, most likely. I mean, unless it's something like
They need to get something
know.
besides Warner Brothers though, because that's all they got right now, and they need to add to their arsenal.
well, they have Dune, they have Lord of the
That's
Rings,
Warner Brothers. So that's all Warner,
Warner
Brothers.
Brothers. Dune.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
New
Dude,
Line
Warner
is
Brothers. So
owned by
HBO
Warner
Max.
Brothers.
Oh,
date-
New Line
date
is Warner
release,
Brothers.
remember?
Yeah, that's actually right. Yeah.
But
Well, who put that up there? Was that you, TJ? That was you, TJ. Get that out of here, Alberto. How dare you?
but Mike was saying is also tied to the argument against buying backwards. I don't know. There's some figures you buy backwards, like my Predators. I mean, I don't think Hot
Those
Toys.
always look good.
They're teasing that Feral. I hesitate to think they're going to drop it. To be honest,
I think they will.
Well,
Because
they
I
teased
want
the
it. I know some
Predator.
people who want it.
They never
Yeah.
dropped it. They never
Yeah.
dropped it. I mean, granted,
think
that
they
movie two is good, but they didn't drop it because you know
Mhm.
what? The American market's the only one's asking for it. The Asian market's not really asking for it.
Not
yeah,
enough
but
tendrils.
did Predator ever sell well in the Asian market at all? Yeah, I have
Not
no
really.
idea. I have
I
no
mean,
idea what.
Wolf sold
I
out.
would've thought
pretty
the original
quickly,
one
he
would
went
have.
up, but
but-
it was all pretty much U.S. sales, from my understanding.
Mhm.
Most of it.
Well, they kind of oversaturated that too. There was a lot of Predator figs, right?
Well, that was their
Not-
bread and
they're all
butter for a short
different.
period of time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
all different and beautiful, though.
That's saying they're not all different and beautiful.
They are.
But I think they'll do the Prey one. I think that's going to happen.
Hey, I
hope
want
they
to
do.
I want to see it happen, but
I would
mean,
buy
hate
that.
to
Like
do it.
I want a
I
Hot
sold
Toys
the
Predator.
Predator.
And that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I sold the Predator because I'm not really a huge Predator fan, but I really love that movie. That movie was great.
I don't
But
like
again-
Predators at all. No.
No, I know.
No.
Oh,
Not at all.
you pointed back to the darkest thing I can
Yeah,
see.
you know.
I was just like, I don't know what those are, but sure.
Let me take the glass off.
Yes, Seth Green will come later. That's the best sculpt too. Like I think, well, maybe the red eye one isn't too bad, but I actually got some of the Toys Era heads, and they're no better. I bought
Really?
those ahead of time to try and they,
I'll
you know,
start
have to
expecting
modify
Spider-Man.
them to fit and everything. So it's like, again, all this work, you know, and like people are saying like, oh, well, you can go and get, you know, the older Asmus Gandalf, and get the new head for 120. Actually, like if you bought the crown, even now it maybe a discount of 250, and you buy the new head, which looks great. I think it looks really, really good, but it doesn't have the moving eyes. For $120, now you're at
You're still cheaper than
75.
InArt,
Like
yeah.
it's still cheaper than InArt. It is cheaper than InArt. So maybe if you just need a great representation of Gandalf, again, you waited long enough, and that's all you need. I don't need movable eyes. I haven't moved the eyes on my Gandalf yet. I probably will for a photo or something.
You know, I'm on the other end of that spectrum. I mean, I can't think of any figure I have that doesn't have rolling eyes.
Any figure? Really?
Well, that's not true. There are a couple, but for the most part, they all do. I mean, unless they have a mask on, but maybe my old Hot Toys, you know, they have. No
yeah, I'd say like 80% of
like
my
my
collection.
Ripley,
doesn't
she doesn't have
move.
rolling eyes, but
Yeah, I would
the
say
ones
80
that,
to
the ones
90.
that I do hit buy
Doesn't
on
have
that
rolling
aren't
eyes.
wearing a mask have rolling eyes because
Hmm.
I need to be able to
Interesting.
change that look.
Yeah.
I can't have that hard.
Well, you don't have a lot of Star Wars stuff or anything, right?
I do, but they're all helmeted. You know, they all.
Oh,
So they don't have rolling eyes.
Ahsoka,
right.
taken.
Come on.
Ahsoka
I
does.
said
yeah.
if they're helmeted, they don't have rolling eyes. You can't say that they all have rolling eyes. They just
Well,
don't have eyes in general.
They don't have eyes. But
Bring this back up.
Yeah.
So having said that, Tom, you getting this?
I am like 85% sure I will get that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just
Anybody
don't know
else?
where the hell I'm going to put it.
Fucking enormous.
But look at
send
that.
it
That
to
looks
him.
so good.
You can
It
send it to
does.
my house.
This
I'll
looks
watch it.
crazy.
Okay, I'll keep it across the country.
I think I'm just gonna learn how to airbrush really well and buy an old one when you guys sell the old one.
Well, that's my plan. Is I want to get this one and then see if when I get it, maybe then sell the Venom 2 one. Though I really like the Tom Hardy like half Venomized face on that one a lot, and I am enjoying that figure. Because this one doesn't come with the little Venom heads, which I do really like as a part of the.
See, you
What
got to
is
keep
Tom
both
Hardy?
of them so you can part the other one out to do the other stuff for him.
Yeah, if they plug
God,
in.
how-
Imagine the little Venom heads for this guy are smaller than his hands.
That's about all
Yeah.
you're bending this torso, though, right there. That's it. I'm sure.
Yeah, with the logo on, it's probably a thicker rubber.
The amount
wanna see it.
of bend right here in the legs and the arms and the chest and the torso, I guarantee this shot right here, that's all you're getting. That's about all you're getting.
I bet the legs could go up a little bit higher because this usually a very
Yeah.
soft kind of rubber around that waist, at least.
Well, that
the-
shows
like,
it
yeah,
going
that-
there, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Okay. All right.
Because I did that with my Venom that I have, and it looks
Okay.
like it's the same material, just bigger.
All right. Yeah, I guess you can get a little more bend out of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like the torso is going any lower.
No, the torso, you're probably absolutely right on.
Yeah.
You're probably not getting a huge amount.
It looks great. I mean, and the price isn't bad. I got to say, it's not.
Not for the
bad
size
for-
of it, no.
Yeah,
it
I was
is.
expecting
Getting
over 5 on the price, and so when I saw it was like low 4s, I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna happen.
But if I'm spending that
TJ,
much
any-
money, I'm gonna buy an Iron Man.
Any
I'm a-
interest in this, TJ, or no?
I'm a maybe, but like the more we
Mhm.
talk about it, the more interested I am in the movie version.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
is that?
I've kind of liked the movie version, and I've really been wanting to like take some shots with my different Spider-Man with it.
Mm.
And also like 20 inches?
Yeah, it's 21 inches. It's 20.8.
That's just too big.
It's massive. It's
Yeah.
insane.
It's like shooting a quarter scale figure.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
is the size of a
What a
quarter scale
fucking
figure.
pain in the
Sure.
ass.
I could have him
Yeah.
fight my quarter scale Mando.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm tempted.
I was talking to Elliot, who we've had on the show before, and he was saying how he's waiting to see what he thinks when he finishes the game, and I was like, that's
Mhm.
something I didn't even think about
That's
because, like,
smart.
in my mind, I'm like, I love Venom, and I know this isn't Eddie Brock because the developers came out and said that before the game even came out. I think to make sure fans didn't get upset, and
Mhm.
like in my head,
Oh,
on my shelf, that's still Eddie Brock Venom. Like no matter what, like it doesn't matter, it's Venom. So I like separated it out somehow.
you know what? I think when I do finish the game, or whenever I get to this scene, that'll influence my
Well,
decision. Definitely.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's a good idea too, because this goes back to our topic as well. Last of Us, right? Season 1.
Yep.
Loved it. Great. Awesome. Do I need to go out and get, those 2 figures, have those on my shelf immediately? Considering like you can't even get a licensed version of them, and the unlicensed versions are not great. I mean, there hasn't been a really, really good version of those yet. But representation. Do I have to go out and I have to get these on my shelf right now? I mean, again, it's like, why don't you let something breathe for a little while? Because and that's like more and more I'm thinking about my collection is I'm more admiring people who had like and a lot of these were customs that I was looking at, but like there were guys that would have like just the best looking Indiana Jones figure, right? And it just like that was it, you know what I mean? And they put a lot of effort into getting the props around it and putting a display around it or whatever. And that was it. That was Indiana Jones. They didn't have a Marion figure. They didn't have a taut figure. You know what I mean? It was just Indiana Jones representation on the shelf. Great looking figure. Not just, hey, I'm going to get this extra guy because it's the guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of like with me with Mad Max. Like they have the what's his name? Well, I got the one from Present Toys. It's the only thing I bought from Present Toys. Jesus, I'm blanking.
You're talking about the actors, or what are you trying? Tom
Yeah,
Hardy?
I'm talking about the characters. The Humongous. They have the Humongous out now, right? And it looks okay, but I know it's not going to be. I know it's not going to look that way when I get it, and it's probably going to be pretty cheap looking. Do I need to have the Humongous on the shelf, or just do I want a great looking Mad Max figure? Work on that, spend some money on a better sculpt or whatever, or spend a few $100s on forks or whatever.
You can't forget his dog. You gotta get his dog.
Yeah. I already have the dog food cans, but you know what I'm saying?
No,
like
the dog itself.
I have the dog. Yeah, I have the dog.
He's referencing old in jokes from the show.
Yeah, it's old in jokes. But the Dark Knight Returns. Now we have the ultimate Joker, I think, in the art. You know what I mean? It's done. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you could get a better looking one customized. I could be proven wrong. Maybe somebody comes out with a sculpt and you just go, "Oh my god, that's
a custom sculpt though." Is that going to have rolling eyes? I mean,
it could.
No, probably not
there.
yet. But you never know. You never know. I mean, that could be the next thing.
I'm completely content with this in-art Joker. The only thing. Bugs me is the fact that he doesn't stand properly. I mean, I had him planted on that stand for like a month, and he was fine. I'm on a concrete slab, floor doesn't move when I walk by and stuff. And I come in one day and he's over on he's fallen over.
Mine's never moved.
Well, that's
what's funny
too for that whole month, and then all of a sudden, boop.
So Miles, you said that on the last show too, and after that show, I had to move some stuff around in my shelves, and so I moved that Joker. And since I've moved him, I have had to pick him back up 3 different times. He's currently
not a crotch grabber yet.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of no crotch grabber, but maybe there needs to be some other kind of support or something like that.
I got an old low profile alien crotch grabber from one of my
I think it'd be great is like a magnet built into the back, and just something that goes up and then can connect to the back, like almost like a flight arm, but you could bend it so that if you want to have the guy like this, it could bend with his back and still hold him in place, and you could have some crazy.
That would rock. You used to send that over to NR or do it yourself. Make.
And if it's strong enough, you could have him with a skateboard, and you could put like a little Batman underneath him. He could be like doing that thing over the.
You could have him up in the air.
There's a guy that
hung enough, right?
Doc Smizzle that did that. He did that shot. When he got his in-art Joker, he did that shot.
Yeah, I mean, like the Superman one, you have to open the costume and plug it into the back. I don't want to. Obviously, there's no way to do that with like the Joker figure with the jacket. But a magnet, I wouldn't mind a magnet on the flat of the back. It would be great.
It's got to be a better magnet than what comes with my Mandalorians, though, with their jetpack. That thing falls off the moment you turn.
Yeah, those are terrible. Those are going to die in like 5 years.
I was happy. I think Boba Fett came with the magnet plus the clips. But the clips were not like impossibly hard to use either. It was
the old clips are atrocious, though. Man.
But it was like just a hanging clip kind of thing. So
clips were easy.
You are insane. You are insane. Those old clips
were a pain in the ass.
I hate those things. TJ.
You got to turn it upside down, and even then, if you didn't catch it right, it was like a carnival game or something, man. It was nuts.
It felt like that game where you have like the ball on the string and you're trying to get into
yes. Oh my god! Oh, well, you get one, and then you don't get the other one, but then it doesn't matter. You got to start all over again from the beginning. All right. So that's Venom.
Releases?
There you
go.
But this is all feeding into. And all right, here's another one. We can take a look at this because this is a release.
That was that announcement they made right earlier this year, like a limited release, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And this is also another one too, because like I originally really wanted the first version that I passed on, being like, it's not actually the comic book look, it's the game. I want the comic book Miles.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden I was like, I have a shelf full of different Spider-Man. Maybe I do need this version of Miles. And of course, the classic comic book one, or the comic style one for the first game, is sold out. And then they came out with this one, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I kind of like the first suit a little bit better because I don't like the red stripes, but this did come out not too long after. So I could now maybe go back and find somebody selling their first version if they upgraded to this version.
My definitive Miles is the end of the Spider-Verse Miles. That's all.
Spider-Man is the
Spider-Verse.
Sorry, Spider-Man is the perfect figure, or Iron Man, to talk about this, because like, yeah, that's going to happen. Like they're
Yeah.
constantly coming out with new ones, revised ones, a new Mark III, a new, I can't remember all the marks, but like they came out with the Mark II that they reissued. What
Mark
was it?
1 and
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
they
redone them
reissued
all since.
just about, like, and you know, maybe there's some improvements. Maybe some of the first ones were plastic, not die cast. If you just want representation, you'll be able to go out and get the original one for a song after the new version comes out. You know what I mean? If it's just representation you want, you know what I mean, on your shelf. So, I mean, in that case, you know, patience pays off. Same with this, like you said, Tom. Like,
I feel like patience always tends to pay off. It's just how long are you willing to wait? Because like maybe you really just want your great Spider-Man display now,
yes,
and you don't want to wait 5 years or something like
What's up,
that
Art?
to the next one, because you know the time does go by. And
time does go by. I mean, you have a collection now. I mean, the more I think about it, like, I mean, nobody's getting any younger, but like, I kind of like it's almost the dog catching the car. You know what I mean? It's like okay, now what? You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
got the thing that you were looking for, and it's kind of like that was the thrill of it.
Yep.
And now it's there, and it's like it's kind of, for me, I'm realizing the getting or the looking at and thinking about the getting and opening it and seeing what it's like is the alluring part of it. And then I look at it and go, I don't really have a place for this on the shelf, or I really don't want to like take space up for this, or it's really not worthy, you know, of space, or that great, or do I really need to have the boys in 1/6 if they're only going to be like marginal representations of the show? You know, it's kind of the same with like the 3-0 Walking Dead figures. You know what I mean? They were, and quite frankly, the 3-0 Game of Thrones figures, a lot of them, until some of the later ones,
Yeah.
that weren't good. They weren't good. They just didn't look good. But I got to have Daenerys on the shelf, and it's like she's like all out of scale and looks like crap. But like, okay, that's Daenerys on the shelf. Kind of dumb, but like at the same time, like you said, like how long are you going to be doing this? And do you just want to have a Game of Thrones collection on the shelf? And to what end? For yourself, or is it to kind of like show people who you show your collection to that I like Game of Thrones? Well, I can tell you I like Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily have to have Daenerys. And if somebody looks at that, they go, it's not a very good Daenerys. So really, what are you gaining there? I don't know. It's a lot of things. I'm thinking more and more about having like great versions of things and like upgrading things, like the Ripley. I just happen to be looking at Ripley. Like I like to get that haired and have that look better, maybe even repainted or something like that, and just have a great version of Ripley on the shelf.
Let me know how that turns out, because I might follow suit with you on that one, and maybe you can get me in the right direction for that.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know anything about finding these people to
I've seen it done. I know some people. Well, I know people who do it. I can hook you up with that, but it's not cheap. It's not a cheap prospect. But there are certain things that mean more than other things. You know, I wouldn't spend the money on that. I don't know. I'm looking around. I'm trying to figure out what the hell. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Lando Calrissian. You know, whatever. I'm not picking on Lando. I'm just saying that there's certain things that I might not spend the amount of money on to get done, and there's other things that I look at and just go like, why do I even have this? Like this
you talk about the Walking Dead stuff a lot in that.
The Sith Trooper right here that I picked up at San Diego Comic-Con as an exclusive, you know, and I think it was before the movie even came out. And it was stupid. It's stupid. I don't, you know, the design doesn't even, I like stormtroopers and stuff, but the design doesn't even do anything for me. It's like, why do I have this thing? It's dumb. So yeah. There's things like that you got to think about. Like, and yeah, that may not have anything to do with patience, but it kind of does. Maybe just waiting for a better version of it, just not to have, you know. Here's an example. We were talking about this earlier. I'll share this. So this is who is this? Eternal Toys. So this was the Penguin from The Dark Knight Returns, or from Batman Returns. Sorry, Batman Returns. This is as presented, you know, as shown, and in reality, you know, this is kind of what you got. So you know, it's not that you didn't get what they showed in terms of stuff, but obviously this
redder.
rooted hair is not, you know, this rooted hair at all. The paint job isn't nearly as good. And you kind of know at this point, oops, I didn't mean to do that. You kind of know that going into it at this point, like certain things are just, you just kind of know that it's not going to be, you know, for the price. What was this, $180 or something like that?
Yeah, you kind of know that going in. You're like, there's no way for.
Yeah,
You know,
but it is just like people will get it, and I've seen people on, you know, 1/6 Republic or something who've repainted it. I think there's actually a version of it that somebody, so this guy like repainted it and fixed the
That
hair
looks
up, and it
pretty
looks
good.
a little better. You know, it's not perfect either, but it's better. Yeah, I think it looks a little gray, but you know, not bad. So if you're willing to do the work, yeah, it's great. But I mean, you know, just thinking about stuff like that, it's like, you know, do you need to have the Penguin on your shelf? Because Hot Toys has that license. Can't imagine that at some point they're not going to do the Penguin, Catwoman. They haven't yet, but who knows?
And there's a possibility in Art might too, because you know they're going pretty hard in Batman and DC stuff. So
they got the DC license. So
yep.
But then again, 180 versus a $500 Penguin.
It depends on how much you want that Penguin. You know,
how
because
much
if you
value it,
if you are saying what you were talking about, if you want the best version,
right.
you're talking about really at this point. If you need it now and you want the best version, you're customizing it. And if you're doing that stuff where you're getting the rooted hair, you're doing the repaints, you're doing all this stuff, you're spending way, way, way beyond whatever InArt's charging for theirs. So at that point, what is the 400 to 500? Yeah.
See, also on the other side of that, when the Penguin comes involved, I mean, look at some of the. I mean, the tailoring is not great, but look at the art figures, the Dark Fury and that Riddick. I mean, that head sculpt is amazing. It even has the glistening eyes. Like if you get the light on it right, it looks like his eyes are glowing, much like in the movies.
Which one was this?
The Dark Fury.
Me and big on you.
Who we got? Oh, it is Riddick. Okay.
Oh, Riddick. Okay, yeah, you said Riddick. I thought, yeah, that looks pretty good.
That looks really good. I think.
Looks great.
It looks amazing, and this is not doing it justice. But
yeah, no, I get it. Yeah,
of course you can put these down.
Is it a good body? I mean, is it a good solid...
body's all right? I mean,
see, this is the kind of thing though. Like, it's just like,
I mean, I love to get a Fison on it, but the Fison's a different color, so I'd have to figure that out. But yeah, it's single jointed.
But that's it. Like, I mean, again, like if you love that movie, Chronicles of Riddick or whatever, like. And you need to have something. I mean, that's not a bad representation of that.
And the art figures, Dread was really good. The figure, the sculpt, and everything was good.
Yeah.
Well, clothes was garbage. The clothes.
Wait a minute, the art figures Dread from Dread or the Judge Dredd?
Dread. The Dread.
Yeah, but you didn't really see the face though. So.
Yeah, but that you knew Carl Urban from the bottom part of his face.
Yeah, I mean. That's all you need.
That one looked pretty good.
Yeah, but you could get away with a little bit of it's just literally the bottom of his face. But I love that. I love that figure, except for the fingers. Those always drive me nuts.
So some of these third company though is what I'm saying is not a loss. I mean, some are really good. I've never done business with Present Toys before, but I did order their Ripley because Hot Toys seems to not have a lock on that license to do.
That's
Ripley.
Okay. That's a good example, and I almost put that in the thumbnail. That particular figure, and I'm not busting on you, Maz, but like
I'm not 100% on.
I think that looks like I think that looks terrible, and I think it looks. And I don't know, TJ, were you thinking about getting that too? You were on the fence about that.
I was close.
Yeah,
but look at the Hot Toys one and compare that. I mean, she knocks it out of the park compared to the Hot Toys one. Not
no. I beg to differ that the Hot Toys one isn't better than that one, man.
I'm talking about the ones from Aliens, the one with the power loader.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Different Ripley, man.
Yeah, that's their Aliens Ripley, and that's why I bought this Aliens Ripley. I have the Hot Toys Alien Ripley, and she's great.
Okay. But you also need an Aliens Ripley.
I
Yes.
also I feel like it's a whole different character to me.
Okay.
I mean, and one she's fighting to survive, the other one she's fighting to save a mother. I mean, she lost her chance to be a mother.
No,
and
no. I get that. Like I have like 5 Luke figures, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, do I like?
Fifth?
There's 3 of them are from the sequels. You know what I mean? Which I'm like,
Hey, those are the best sculpts they've done for Luke.
I know. Well,
honestly.
that's the problem. Like the Hobo Luke is like one of the best ones they've done.
Easily, yeah.
But the Crate Luke I like a lot. Like so, I was like, I'm getting rid of the Force Awakens one, even though I think that's probably more like the definitive Luke from the sequels. You know, like Master Luke and the white robes and stuff. That sculpt is not great. That's the worst of them.
And it was pretty good when it came out, though.
It wasn't
just
bad.
Improved upon it, yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got Hobo Luke. You've got and that looks pretty good. But like, what does that look? You know what I mean? For Luke Skywalker, do I really want to remember him as like a blue milk drinking?
I wanted nothing to do with any of those figures. I didn't get any.
No, I get it. Like I don't even really love I love the Force Awakens, but I didn't. He wasn't really in it, and that figure just wasn't great. So do I go out and get a better version?
Force Awakens.
What's that?
What?
I was making a Force Awakens joke. I said, did you mean A New Hope or Force Awakens?
That's why I like the Force Awakens, because it reminded me of New Hope. It was like classic Star Wars.
Me too. But regardless of the movie, like I mean, he was in that, but I just don't like that. So Crate Luke is kind of like the one I'm like leaning towards, like keeping, like because that's kind of like him just before this when he was the master or whatever, and it kind of looks like an older Luke to me. But it doesn't really represent much. It's just not a scene I particularly love in the movie. It wasn't bad. It's probably the best one in that movie.
My personal favorite Luke is the Mandalorian Luke, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but that's young Luke. I mean, like that's a whole other thing. Like I've got, that's a different story because I love all those movies. I don't love the sequels. Why do I have 3 Lukes from the sequels if I'm not really even in love with them? That's the whole point of that. Representation. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like getting to that point where I'm like, I really don't care that much.
And to answer Nate, yes, I ordered the shit out of that.
I want to ask if Trevor did because I know Trevor was talking about
man,
it
that's so this goes into
it.
Like
good.
What I want.
Good.
I want that in 1/12. I want that whole.
I can see that.
Those are characters that I would like a bunch of. Different characters, but I don't want all that in 1/6 on my shelf. Like she looks great. It's going to be an outlier on my 1/6 shelf, though, unless
I'm going to have Mike
strong
3D print me the rocket launcher for her.
Mm-hmm. And they have to do her sister.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's just too much. It looks great, man. I'm going to be jealous of everybody getting it, but it's again, I'm trying to, like you said, Tom, like just examine why I want this. You know what I mean? I enjoyed the show. Does that mean I need to take up space on a shelf and spend X amount of dollars on a figure to say, hey, look, everybody, I love that show so much I bought a figure?
Yeah.
No.
I'm right there with you. That's kind of how I felt. Like honestly, that show was easily probably my favorite show that year.
Oh yeah.
It's still one of the best animated things I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch that again pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I want to know what season 2 is coming.
But if I'm gonna here's the thing, like a lot of the stuff, except for 1/6 lately, which is I know it's ironic because of the name, but I gravitate towards shooting 1/12 more. And a lot of the stuff that I have is stuff that I look at and go, I want to photograph that eventually. I'll never get to all of it, but
is that because of dios though? Is that because it's just easier to shoot 1/12?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Scale wise, you know what I mean? Like I don't like doing this kind of stuff. Like Kinder does here, where it's like there's he's obviously I think that piece he's got him standing on is an actual physical thing, and then it's just
that's just a digital backdrop. Yeah,
a digital backdrop, which can look great. It can be done really well. I mean, this doesn't look so good.
Oh, I hate the way they do
that. Yeah, it just looks a little too soft.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to get the feet. Now we're critiquing photography, but like,
critiquing
not good.
Pose, like the way the body.
Well, yeah, pose too. I mean, but is Kinder the only one that did photos of this? There we go.
No, Ultrabed. That's
See, Ultraben has a better way of doing this.
Well, yeah, because he does a lot more blending and stuff like that versus this.
I think he actually, trying to get to some of his stuff.
I like
Here we
this
go.
guy's work.
Yeah. Well,
It's
this is
very
just
classic.
clean. I mean, this is just
Yeah.
this is product photography right here. This is
Yep.
this is definitely trying to find some actual.
That's Ultra Red? Yeah.
That's ultra. Oh, he's got a new logo, huh?
He's
Does
had
he?
that same signature logo for a while.
Yeah.
That signature? I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
He always changes his logo. I think he goes between like 4 or 5 of them.
Mm. Oh, that's ultra bad too. Yeah, I mean that's okay. I think he's superimposed this over something, or maybe he had it on a little bit of a platform, but that doesn't look too bad. But to me, like this isn't what I wanted. We're devolving into a thing about photography, but that's basically, like a lot of the stuff that I get will be because of that. So,
Yeah, that's your reason.
I would love to shoot.
Some.
Yeah, I would love to shoot, Jinx, but I would rather have it in 1/12 than be able to put it into an environment that would make sense.
I'll make sure to have her next to me every show we do together, just to make you.
Thanks, man.
worried. I'm gonna have her doing some of the taunting stuff,
Oilers ordered Jinx. Yeah, I'm gonna be sad. But
I'm
I
not,
don't.
because that means there's going to be some great artists doing stuff with it, and there's just going to be
Yeah.
more stuff for me to look at.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm with you.
Hey,
where it's like,
I got bullied into buying that Galactus thanks to Mr. Lee. That HasLab Galactus. I saw him
thing?
shoot that thing, and I was like, I have to have one now.
Yeah.
I love this thing.
Well, that's what
It's never moved from back here,
I
but
love
I
it
love
too.
this.
But I wouldn't have bought it had I not seen some awesome people doing some awesome work with it.
Yeah.
Just like wow. Same with Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I didn't pre-order Moon Knight. I luckily had him at a local shop, and I was like, wow. I mean, I just keep seeing awesome pictures of him, and I was like, just give me, just let me have it now.
Yeah, that's why we need to be paid more. But anyway,
Or paid in general.
Or
Yeah.
paid at all.
Yeah, I was like, wait, more? What are you
More,
talking
yeah.
about? I guess you actually do get paid.
Well, but not by Hot Toys or Hasbro or anything else. Not the people that. But I don't really shoot those anymore. All right, so that's Spider-Man. I don't even know how much that was. What was that?
He's already sold out.
Yeah,
he was sold out. He was sold out before they even sent me the email that it was up, which was real.
Yeah, he
cool.
sold out quick.
All right,
Now,
so
Hera,
we did not take a look at
jump
this.
on Hera, and I'll jump on her again too.
Whoa! It's a family show.
It's not that kind of show. It's not that kind of show.
I'm just saying I'd buy a lot of it. I'll buy that for $1.
How about 185?
Yeah. Oh, for 1/6, yeah. I mean, 1/6 dials are severely lacking, man. They're not a lot of 1/6. They take up so much room. I have so much room that taken up by multiple 1/12 dials that I can't even imagine if I was collecting 1/6 dials.
Yeah. If I were like Jordan and can make my own incredible dials, and like that's like the part of what I enjoy doing in my off time, then yeah, I would 100% be like, oh my god, I'm going to do these dials specifically for this. But yeah, I'm with you. It's like I try to workshop some 1/12 stuff into 1/6 every now and again.
Yes.
But outside of that, it's like I'll just shoot 1/12.
See, my problem is what scale do I make in? I'm like, I sit there and I got something half done. I'm like, what scale do I want to end up this being in? 12 scale, 6 scale? I don't know.
Yep.
So I never finish it.
Yeah, Pablo, I want some League of Legends Arcane 1/12 figures of soft goods. Yeah, soft goods or not. I mean, I think it'd be great. I would say it's a great Mayfex line.
Well, who did that Joker, that third party 1/12 scale Joker that was really good? That's
the third party. I can see a third party taking a stab.
But whoever made that Joker's likeness was really good for that scale. Is what my point was.
Well, I mean, I don't even know all these companies
Lim Toys
doing these things, but yeah, this is Lim Toys, yeah. So
yeah,
this is a great set, man. I mean, this is pretty amazing. There's some great companies doing some good stuff. I would take it, I guess, third party, and yeah, I'd love to see, something like that. I'd love to see more of that. So I'd love to see them get paid, you know what I mean, and have a licensed product to fund more.
I don't think Riot Games is hurting for any money. Just saying.
No, but I mean again, like going back to the earlier comment of like, hey, they're gonna make that. I mean, it's a little bit one removed. Like if you don't buy Venom, they won't make more Venom. But if you don't buy Arcane figures,
there's a chance they might not make more.
exactly. There's a popularity there that they may say, well, there's just no interest in this franchise, and we're just not going to make another.
And then we'll
cartoon.
get somebody like Star Ace making it, and it'll be horrible.
Yeah, exactly, because it'll be cheap. So Hera, this is kind of old news, but man, here's another one, man. This is like, so I pre-ordered Sabine because I love Rebels. Like I love the cartoon Rebels. If you want to get my impression of Ahsoka, you can just go back and watch me rant and rave on last episode. I didn't love it. I didn't love it, but didn't hate it.
Get this?
Didn't love it. Well, here's the thing. So I thought, like, okay, I'm gonna, in the middle of the series, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting Sabine. I pre-ordered it. I'm gonna have all the Rebels. I gotta get all the Rebels. I think the acting, I think the people they got, they did a great job of casting. I thought for what they had to do, nobody was a bad actor for what they were given. So I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna get the Rebels, Chopper, get Hera. And then I completed the show, and I'm like, again, going back to that way of thinking of like, why am I getting? I didn't even enjoy the show. Why would I go and spend this money?
You love Rebels. Be happy.
Yeah,
but these aren't Rebels from the cartoon. These are just representations of Rebels from the show.
Nobody, I think Sideshow's sitting on it or something because Hot Toys hasn't made a move to do it.
No, Sideshow I think gets a lot of the cartoon stuff. They may even have like a license for some of that's the animated Star
They did
Wars
put out a Thrawn once, so it could be.
Yeah,
it could be that.
That was a long time ago, based on the books and stuff like that, though. Yeah, and it's not necessarily I want like a cartoon head on this for it to be a cartoon Hera. But man, I saw this.
Want the outfit to be more like her outfit in the cartoon because it's close.
It is close. I think I don't know if Sideshow did a cartoon. I don't really love the Sideshow, although people said they got better as they went along. Those Clone Wars.
I won't touch that Ahsoka figure. That thing looks horrible.
Yeah, that doesn't look good either. The Yoda I heard was pretty decent, but
he's awesome.
The rest, yeah.
I wish but Hot Toys would just do like when they take on the Clone Wars stuff. They give us two heads, one in the style.
I know.
Style.
Or make it an option, or sell it as a secondary thing. But again, they may not have the license for that. I mean, I somewhere along the line, I think like Sideshow locked up some sort of weird Star Wars deal back in the day. Anyway, I saw this and I fucking changed my mind, man. I'm like, this looks incredible.
Yeah. And then of course, if you had Chopper, you can't not get her, in my opinion. I mean,
I've not pre-ordered it.
Okay.
But it's made me, I didn't cancel my Sabine, and it's made me reconsider the whole thing because I was just ready to like put it on the chopping block and like, no, I'm not getting this. But this looks so good. And it's hard. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is a great looking figure.
I day one pre-ordered her, man. Her, Chopper, Sabine, all three of them.
It's hard to pass up a great looking figure.
Yeah.
TJ, are you pre-ordering Hera?
Very close. Very close.
Yeah. Did you get? I can't remember. Sabine? Did you get Chopper and Sabine?
I'm getting Sabine definitely. Chopper, okay. I wasn't going to get, but like if I get Hera, like I can't not get Chopper.
Right. I agree with that.
Well, I'm gonna throw away.
Rules, man.
I'm gonna throw away Sabine's lightsaber though, because I think this part of the story arc was just bad.
Well, that part of the story arc was bad.
All right, let's not get into that again.
Yeah,
I would rather not talk about Ahsoka. If we could just move on, that'd be great.
There was a great. What is it?
That's right, Pablo.
TJ was so offended he left.
What did you do?
What is that? What is that? That website, the truth. Truthful.
You can say the truth is out there.
No, truth. It's not truthful. What the hell's it called? God, it's so lame.
What?
You know, they do the true trailers. That's not true.
How it should have ended.
Oh. Well, there's how it should have ended, but then there's also the. I know which one you're talking about. It still has the in a world guy.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Honest trailers.
Honest trailers. There it is.
Honest trailers. Yeah. They did one which was pretty spot on for my way of thinking. Anyway, I didn't think her acting was that bad, man. I thought she was pretty good. I did back the ghost.
I got the very motherly vibes from her in the show, man.
Yeah, I liked
Especially
her. I
when
liked
she
her.
sees,
I thought she was pretty good.
whatever. I
The
don't
first
know.
episode, I didn't like her compared to
She
anything else that
wasn't
was
in the
going
first
on.
episode, but after that, she kind of
She got better. Yeah, as time went on.
Yeah, and the ghost, no, I did
God.
not, man, because I don't have any room for a Hasbro toy like that.
Yeah, this.
Yes, I
Yeah.
want a Balin. I don't know about Shin, but I want a Balin.
But again, okay, full circle to the topic. I enjoyed them, but what did they do?
How is this about the topic?
Well,
this
it's
is
about
last
topic.
week's topic.
It's another topic. Okay, I'm bringing it in.
Okay.
There is no complete story for them. Like maybe I
Right.
should wait until the next season
Yeah, maybe.
to see
get
where
a Balin
Balin
that
goes
looks like
and whether
somebody
I
else
even
and not-
like what they do with him and whether I still like the character. I mean, granted, it's gonna be a different person, or Shin. Okay, she'll be the same person. Maybe I don't even like what happens to her, like the story arc. You know what I mean? But I gotta have a Shin. Like right now, if they put Shin out next week, I'd be like, yeah, I'm probably gonna order it. Why? But why? You know what I mean? That's why I'm asking myself now. It's like
That's
maybe I
still
should
more a
wait.
theological debate than it is a real question for this panel.
No. That's not theological. How's that theological? That's not
Theological. Why are we talking about religion? Hang on.
Philosophical? I don't know.
That's what I meant. Yes.
Okay, yeah, no.
That word. That word. It was definitely a philosophical word.
Yes, okay. Yeah, but this, I mean, who Tom, you getting this?
I am not getting
You're
this.
not. Okay.
I'm so far I have not
But
gotten
you
any
enjoyed
of
you enjoyed the show.
I loved the show. I also love Rebels. And I think at my current
What's wrong
point,
with you?
I'm good with my Star Wars collection and the direction it's going in right now.
Okay.
Which
So
is I'm happy, which is a lot of Mandalorians, the Bad Batch, and then some scattering of my favorite characters. Like I have Maul and I have Darth Vader and I have classic Boba Fett and like stuff like that. Like just some very specifics. I would like the Rebels, but if the problem with getting one is the same thing with the Bad Batch. You get one, you gotta get them all.
Gotta.
And here's the thing: we didn't get.
I don't have the rest of them.
What was that?
Crosshair. I mean, I got just Crosshair here. I don't have everybody else.
Well, Crosshair is like one of the few that maybe works on his own because you could be like, this is when he goes bad or goes rogue.
Maybe.
Just the point is, I don't need all of them.
But here's the thing though: like, we're not going to get Zeb from this series either. So, are they going to be like, here's Zeb from Mandalorian season 3, like from that one scene, or do we eventually get them all
right
in the movie or whatever the hell that's going on? And in which
that's
case,
a good, yeah, right. That brings it around too. Yeah, if they did Zeb in the flight suit or whatever, and maybe that's what he is now, and that's the way we'll see him in whatever's happening next, season 2 or whatever. They'll have to bring it around and bring him in with the Rebels, and if they don't do that, it's going to be, people will be up in arms. So but yeah, maybe hold out for that, and or maybe a third party company. Rarely do you see them do Star Wars because that shit gets shut down real quick. But maybe that happens, and do you go out and grab that, or do you wait? You know what I mean? Like, again, like it's just kind of about
topic,
like,
right? It is the do you wait? Pretty much always it's do you wait, because like even thinking about, because I am collecting the Mandalorians and I have the first Bo-Katan, and granted, the one that they showed off didn't look great, but that they're tooling around and working on a 2.0 of Bo-Katan. So like we know that there is something coming down the line. It's like there will always be, with Star Wars, with Marvel, with the Hot Toys properties at the very least, there will always be another iteration of it.
Sure.
So if I miss Hera now, if that big Dave Filoni movie Spectacular comes out, it's going to have these characters again. And do you think Hot Toys is going to sit on their hands and not make figures from that? No.
Well,
do that again.
It does depend on whether it's a hit or not. You know what I mean? Whether it actually is, people care about it at that point. But yes, you're right. I mean, there will be another version, and they'll give us another costume. And will that costume be something we like better, or is this because it's very close to what Rebels was? Be what you want. I don't know.
What shocks me is what nobody's talking about. Where's Agent Callus at this whole time? I want to know where Agent Callus is.
Yeah,
he's supposed to have gone with Zeb. We've seen Zeb. Where's Agent?
They should be together.
I don't know. I mean,
but we only saw Zeb at a bar. They could
Yeah.
still be. He could have been in the plane.
I'm just
or something
saying.
like
I want
that.
my.
I would
agent-
assume he's some bureaucrat in the New Republic or something at this
Yeah.
point. I would think.
Anyway, that was just a joke.
But yeah, that would be cool if they brought him in too. Yeah, but this I mean, this made me reconsider, and I hate myself for it because
It's a gorgeous figure, and if
good
I had
looking figure.
unlimited space and money, I would 100% get
know.
this. I
Well,
have a
I'm
feeling
looking at
I have a
like
feeling
this
my
too.
girlfriend's going to get it anyway.
I'm
So,
looking at
you
like
go.
this too. Hot Toys doesn't typically put a lot of stock in their female characters.
That is nuts.
They don't typically. I mean, there's a couple exceptions. I think Bo-Katan they flooded the market with, but there's a lot of like Gamora, for example. They didn't make a lot of her, and I'm worried that might happen with this figure.
well, we did get 2 versions of Gamora. We only got one Bo-Katan. So
Mhm.
Yes, but you still didn't get a lot of either. She sold out both times.
Yeah, I don't know how many. We don't know how many they made. I mean, I
Right.
can't imagine it was.
And then holding out for that Bo-Katan that you're talking about, that's going to be another Artisan edition. I'm not playing that game of will I queue up and be able to get this. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I'm not. I'm not going to sit
I
there and
will.
waste
I would
an
attempt
hour.
for that, but I would probably. That's the one. Those Artisan, because of the way how Sideshow's doing it, the Artisan editions might be the ones that I actually do write off to specific Hong Kong resellers and be like, okay, now I want to do this because I don't want to do the struggle of this Artisan thing. And Bo-Katan is one of those few characters that I
I've hit-
probably would do an Artisan for.
I'm not.
I mean,
100%
I'm not.
on their
I'm
hair
not
yet.
saying it's like I don't know. For some reason, maybe I've gotten lucky. I hit all 3 times of those artists. The Joker one I hadn't RSVP'd for, so I couldn't actually get it, or I would have gotten it for somebody else because I didn't want it. But yeah, I've hit all 3 of those, which was.
I'm not a fan of the hair so far. The hair has not looked that great in the photos either.
Well, we
It
haven't
looks-
Well,
seen-
I want to see.
know
I want to
the
see that.
production. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
I
to see
mean-
what that looks like because it may not be great. It may not be great.
I would do the same thing I did with InArt. You know, I got one figure that was a Joker, and now I'm like, okay, I'm on board. But right now, Hot Toys hasn't sold me on their hair yet. I mean,
Yeah.
all I got right now is doll hair on my Wonder Woman over here. You know?
Yeah.
So that's all I got to go with.
Yeah,
And
it's the reason
the
I ordered
pictures
the
are not
Wonder
selling.
Woman. But that kind of goes into it too. Is like, do you now that that's a thing?
Yes. The Artisan editions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I just went out and got what I felt was the definitive Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. I loved it, and I was planning on having it haired eventually at some point. And then they did this Artisan edition, and it's like, well, this is the outfit she's had on, 90% of the time in this, or something close to it anyway, throughout the show. To me, the WandaVision is more comic booky. That's what I generally gravitate towards.
Yeah. Same.
But it did look good. I picked it up. Whether I'm going to keep it or not, I don't know if I'm going to keep it. But do you wait? Do you wait for that now that Artisan edition is a thing? Like, who'd they come out with? I mean,
I think when we first,
it seems to me it's iconic. I mean, Wanda actually seems like kind of a strange choice to me for.
yeah,
an
Wanda's a
Artisan
crazy
edition,
one, yeah.
right? It seems a little odd.
And yes, she
Um,
has rolling eyes.
Yeah, Blake, I was going to say, you
does,
can't
yeah.
tell that they accidentally rolled the right eye a little too far on this picture, because I sure can. Like this,
Yeah, this one's a little. This
one is. I'm loving that you're like lingering on it so long, so I have to stare at this one again of all the pictures.
So, like, let's say, to me, like you'd come out with, and probably not the outfit I like, which I think is Age of Ultron, but you'd come out with a Thor with rooted hair. Like that would be an Artisan edition that I think would wake people up.
Thor, Loki again. Give me
Loki.
a good Loki with like the rooted hair, and then I might get another Loki.
Yeah, and I mean they went back to Endgame for Wanda,
Yeah.
so like it's not like they couldn't go back to the point where Loki had long hair or Thor had whatever. So that's going to happen now. So do you wait for that kind of stuff? And if it's new stuff, I can't think of anybody now who would be coming out from like a new property, or at least a new. I mean, Bo-Katan is a good example, but we kind of already saw that. Whether or not they're actually going to put that out or not, I don't know. But I don't know.
This one's mine, Alberto, for sure. I'm right there with you. Road worn Thor is the long hair Thor. Agreed.
That would look good. I don't love that outfit as much, but that would look good.
Oh, that outfit's the Asada Ribic one.
Yeah, I know. It is kind of classic. Norse god Thor look.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool.
Or
is that
actually,
the one-
It's
better
not
yet,
comic book like
it's
I mean,
comic book. No, it is
I know,
comic book.
I know. It's based on part of the comic, but it's not like a
Classic.
classic
Yeah,
Thor.
but
You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
that's the thing. I feel like we need
great
we
look
need
in
Loki
the
to go
comic
into a multiversal like dimension where he is wearing the classic, and then they do that, and then sure.
yeah.
But give me
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one from the very beginning of the worst Thor movie, which to me is Love and Thunder, where he is wearing the road worn, but he has the
That's
fur
what I want.
cloak on top.
Yeah,
Yes, that's the one.
Mhm.
I hated that outfit he changed to. I was like, why?
I know.
Just to sell
I know.
toys. This is horrible. This looks...
He had the best outfit, and they're like, "No, we're gonna give him the armored mask." I'm like, "No."
They are killing it with these eyes, though, man. I gotta
They
say,
are.
like, this is looking. I mean,
If
just
she
everything
comes
about
out
this. A
looking like
little.
that,
Actually, there's
dude,
actually a little bit of like a reddish hue to the cheek, which it looks like she has, makeup on, like, which is, but not bad in a bad way. Like, it just looks like the show, man. It looks incredible.
I wonder if you lay her down, she'll close her eyes and sit her back up, and she'll.
Oh my god!
And this is of course, this is the best. Like, look, you get a holster.
Yep, with that fake pleather that will start to flake and like
Yeah, but
3
it
years.
has nothing to do with her ass. Yeah, we're just showing you the holster.
It's a doll, guys. It's a doll. I mean, we all joke and say, yeah, but it is.
Oh, shut up, Maz. You shut up.
Not even one of those dolls that are, I'll just leave it there.
It's a very important part of the character, apparently, because they show it all the time in the show. So, but it is a little bit gratuitous that, like, what is this? like, what is this as a a call out in the
Showing you that she's got a shirt on, apparently.
Yeah, I had no idea that was what was under the jacket was a shirt.
But see, aren't you happy that you do know that she has a shirt?
Yeah, I'm feeling very
Now
secure in my purchase now.
Yeah. All right, so that's Hera. Who's picking this up?
Maybe.
Maybe from TJ. Yes, from
maybe.
Moz. He pre-ordered day one. He said.
Yep.
I think you and me,
had,
Trevor, are like
I have
possible.
that tab up. Let me see. Let me go to. I hate Facebook so much.
Now the other thing, I don't know if you're going through these figures still.
Hang on. These are some secret base shots of this, which look.
It actually looks more realistic here. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it is weird. The lighting is horrendous, but it looks really.
Yeah, but that's
really good.
kind of why I think it looks more like that's actually what a human looks
Maybe.
like when you use flash, right?
Yes.
It's like all
Well, it
blown
stands
out,
up
but-
to it. Like, in other words, like
exactly.
This could look terrible under this lighting. And
Right,
it
like
still
that
looks
penguin
good.
figure looked terrible under flash, but this
Yes.
looks really good under flash.
Right here looks amazing, man. It's really, really good. Yeah, I can't. It's like that Harry Potter in art figure. Like, I don't even care really that much about Harry Potter. Like, it's a classic movie and stuff, but it looks so good that I'm like, I just kind of want to get it because it looks good. I don't know.
You should get it because
I
want.
won't. No, I don't really. I'm really to the point of like, listen, man, you don't even like. I think Big Bag Toy Store has those. I think Mike pointed this out on one of our chats. The quarter scale, NECA. Is it NECA?
Yeah, the turtles. You pointed out
turtles
the
are back.
in the show.
You
Yeah.
can get those again. Those look amazing.
Oh, you're
But
talking
I'm
about
not
the
a turtle
Turtle
fan.
skills. Yeah.
I had my opportunity to buy those, and I let them sit. I was like, they're just too damn big.
I
Yeah, they are
can't
too
do
big.
quarter scale. Yeah, in my apartment, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That's the same reason why I'm debating on that Venom. It's like it's the size is just so freaking huge. But if I'm gonna go with one, it'll be that Venom.
I mean, it looks great. But I don't have a use for it. I did want to hang on a second. Let me just go through a couple of.
There's a
what's
little
next?
1/6
I
bit
can't
of
even remember
information.
what else.
That's it for Hot Toys.
Well, there's one more thing actually. There's apparently reports that people are getting their RoboCop, and he's got some problems,
Oh, really? What'd you
paint
hear?
chipping issues and stuff like that.
paint chipping I haven't heard about.
Oh, really?
I knew the
Yeah.
color was off.
Yeah, some of
I
the
can imagine that.
some cracks in the plastic is what I saw pictures of too. Straight out of the box, and Sideshow can't replace them. Sideshow doesn't
Why
have
not?
replacement parts.
Why not?
Oh, because they
don't have
didn't
replacement-
get
they don't have the
replacement.
Wow.
So
Full
just something I thought I'd mention since this is 6.
No, that's good. Yeah, I hadn't heard that. I wasn't paying attention to it. That's not good.
That's crap.
Yeah, that
That's
is
call what
crap.
it is. That's crap.
It sucks because I mean, but it does tie into the other thing. Is like, should you buy the new one or get the old one or whatever? I mean, my old one had better quality control, and I still got that one back there. Now they both have the rubber in the joints, so you got to be mindful of that either way.
Yeah, that's another aspect of this is like, again, like with Terminator, like people are going back and like, buying the old DX because like it's the only thing out there, right? I mean, the present that was a piece of crap. That was my first experience with the present toys, and that sucked.
But I think that we will see another Terminator eventually, for sure.
Exactly.
And that's probably when I will get one, because that's
it
what
may
I'm
not
really
be
fine
next
waiting
year.
on.
It may not be the year after that. So depending on how long you're willing to wait to get a better version of it, or go back and pay that the iron price for the classic, which isn't. It still holds up, so it still holds its value. It's
that one is gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently it was Dean Knight who was having problems with his. Dean Knight had.
I would say, didn't he like throw it or something, or like
I don't know.
He got mad, I think, on the.
But RoboCop didn't start actually fetching more money until really recently, like right before Hot Toys decided to put one out again. He was pretty much retail up until that, because I know I bought mine. I got the RoboCop in the chair, and I bought mine from Underground Figs. He was still sitting there. He'd been sold out on Sideshow, but UndergroundFigures.net had him on there, and I bought him for retail. Whatever their price was. And then Tim Cent had Ed 209, still brand bloody new, and I bought him for pretty much retail. But then, like maybe about a year ago, RoboCop started climbing, and nobody wanted to pay for him. So he hasn't been.
This is true too.
Yep, that's true.
Art has that license. That would be sick.
At least in their statues, for sure, they do.
Yeah, whether they can do 1/6 or not, I don't know. But
I'd get a good Terminator 1/6 scale, even though I got the DX10 and the.
I'm with you. I would totally. That's one. Like, and that's one of the things I wanted to bring up is like, if you're considering thinking about characters like the Terminator, or characters like RoboCop, or things like that, that like maybe not RoboCop because we just got one, but like characters that we haven't seen in a while, just look to see if there's a milestone year coming up. Like, see if it's a 25th anniversary or a 30th anniversary, because that's when you're going to start to see Hot Toys be like, okay, let's ramp up. We're going to celebrate this anniversary. That's when the new big figure is going to come out or something.
That's a good shout. And
I want a DX13 with real leather. I don't want that pleather stuff. That's why I didn't buy it to begin with, and that's why I bought the DX10, because the DX10 had leather.
Yeah, if InArt does it, it'll be leather.
Yeah.
That was the one good thing about the Premier Toys one, that it was leather. It wasn't. Everything else about that thing sucked, but it was leather too. So, yes, I told him this earlier, but yes, his Red Death was amazing.
Thank you, Blake. Thank you very much.
Too. It was a Maxim. Sorry, I know you meant Blake.
Nope.
There you go.
I was trying to do the shotgun flip,
but were there any other releases? There wasn't anything big, big and.
I have to watch that. That's funny. 40-minute review,
40-minute
30
review.
minutes planning out putting in the armor. Interesting. Yeah, I'd be annoyed as well. Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to jump over to some third-party stuff. This Hayu Toys.
They're always this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's weird. Although I gotta say, I looked at this. This is not
good, right?
a terrible Brad Pitt.
No, it looks pretty solid.
It's not horrible. It's not
Troy.
Like here. It looks a little wonky. Like,
is that Brad Pitt? Was it really?
It's supposed to be, yeah.
It's supposed to be Brad Pitt.
That body is hilarious, by the way. That
looks like
O'Toole.
No.
That looks like a Flash Armstrong.
Dude, that's Peter O'Toole. That's the
Gordon.
dad.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Flash Gordon body, but like with a Brad Pitt face.
Well, all this armor is complete and utter bullshit. I mean, like, I don't know where they got these designs. Like, they weren't making armor like this. But I didn't ever watch this movie, so.
Troy?
It's a great movie.
I didn't watch Troy.
Wow, it wasn't. I thought it was okay, but
I heard it wasn't great, so I didn't watch it. There's no way that this rooted hair that you're seeing here is what
gonna
you're
look like that. Yeah,
no fucking way. No fucking way. But I gotta say, it's not a bad looking sculpt. I mean, for a third party knockoff.
Yeah, if you want a Peter O'Toole when he looks like he's about 30.
Peter O'Toole. Susu Toys I will talk about. So we got what are we calling this?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought they already did this. Why are we doing this?
The
again?
Dead Killer
No,
figure.
this is new. You might be thinking of the 1/12 knockoff version of the Hot Toys figure that was based on the video game.
Yeah, and Hot Toys did this guy too. Why are we doing
This is
Well,
based on his
Yes, the Justice League.
Justice League.
appearance.
Which I mean, this looks cool, and this is probably how you're going to show it anyway.
Yeah, I dig it.
But this doesn't look anything like him, man. This is not a good sculpt.
I could tell who they're attempting to do, but yeah, it's not the best.
Yeah, it's not good.
I would just leave the mask on anyway.
I mean, that looks great. With the
That
eye
does look
through there, that looks really good.
Which
Kind
is
of a
my
shame that
thing about
this
the Hot
movie
Toys.
never got made. I don't like Batfleck, but like it might have been interesting. It might have been.
Pablo says, "Was I dreaming?" But didn't Hot Toys say they were going to dabble in 1/12 scale? I don't remember seeing that.
Hot Toys in art has a 1/12.
Yeah, in art for sure.
Dark Knight.
No, the
Hot Toys
Batman.
did an Iron,
No, it is Dark Knight.
1/12 Iron Man figures. Like
Yeah, their 1/12 scale is cause babies, and that's not even 1/12 scale.
not talking about present toys.
So you think that Ripley I bought is going to be garbage? The present toys Ripley?
I have
said you
not
have
done
it.
anything from Present Toys yet that I have not thought of like this is. I mean, to me at this point, like, and I'm not saying like my tastes are high or anything, but like I haven't liked anything that they've really. It has not looked like what they presented, which is ironic. Present Toys. So the Terminator was pretty terrible. The Wes from Mad Max, again going back to like, do I need Wes or do I just need a great Max?
You need Max and the dog. That's all you need.
I loved Wes as a character. Like
I can't remember who Wes is.
the guy with the mohawk, the big red mohawk.
Oh, okay.
But it came out looking like it needed work. Like
The guy in Weird
I had to
Science.
put work and effort into this thing to make it look good. And then even at that point, it's kind of marginal.
I'd want him for a
How
Weird
many-
Science shelf, not for a Mad Max shelf.
Oh yeah, well, for all your weird science figures. This is like what the fourth Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Top
but this
Gun
is the younger. This is the younger Maverick, not.
Dude,
the
what is
old
he
Maverick
chewing
we
on,
talked
man?
about.
His mouth.
I
Is
don't
like-
know, but this out of all the ones we've seen,
Looks the best, which isn't really saying much.
it's not saying much.
I also like that it's called Toys Ace. It's like we're not Toys Era, we're not
I know.
Star, we're Toys Ace.
Because this is the Ace, we're Toys Ace.
Yeah.
His sunglasses
Yeah.
are too small.
Not horrible. The sunglasses are horrendous. They're awful.
They're way too small. Look at that.
Yeah,
But
they're
they make
It's
the
kinda like
sculpt look better,
my
which is funny.
SSR Joker. They sent me
they do make the sculpt
scale
look better for sure.
knife for a 1/6 scale figure. I was like, oh, that was wonderful.
And there's no way they're reflecting like this either. This is complete bullshit.
Oh no,
They're going to be black, like that.
Oh, Alberto brings up a good point. There is a new Link figure. That's what I was looking at this past week with
Oh
Elliot.
yeah. Let's take a
Yeah,
look
the
at
Zelda
that.
figures.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
look
yeah,
good.
yeah.
There's two,
this-
actually. Two people are doing them.
Very odd.
What the? Okay. This reminds me of that Alien that Hot Toys did, where it's like,
Yes.
like a naked girl with it's like the alien
Yes.
parts on it.
I mean, not that there couldn't be like a female X-wing pilot.
No, definitely not. But that's supposed to be just a female Luke, isn't
But
it?
but
With
this
the slice saber.
this face that they put on here is just like a Barbie face. It's
Yeah,
like
generic.
It's horrendous.
And that's insulting Barbie.
Yeah. Can we find that link? Fuck you, Present Toys.
I know
see what
Lago
you're
Toys
doing. Link,
put it on.
Link. Yeah, I get it.
But that's third party, also unlicensed, correct?
Yes, correct. Nintendo will probably do everything in their power to maybe try to shut
How
it
does
down.
TNS not have this up here? That was
'Cause it's not
just,
giant toy.
that
it's
just
giant
came
toy.
out too, right? Like that should be
Yeah, this past week.
interesting.
I could maybe tell you the company if I could look on Instagram.
Yeah, can you
real
find it?
quick.
I can go to 16 Republic and see if somebody's put this up here.
This is great content.
Yeah, this is
Why do you pull up while we're talking the Omega Red 1/6 figure by Mondo?
okay. Let's do that.
like just to get something else. Oh, here's the brand from one of them is Nightwolf Toys, and it's called the Mysterious Legend Warrior. Is the link?
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, this is sick, man. This is
This looks
Oh, the
freaking.
Mondo.
Yeah,
this
I don't
cell
have any
shading
Mondo.
like this.
they did it well.
Yeah, it looks really good, man. Yeah. I can't.
What?
I want this in 1/12, like the. But then
buy a
in
Marvel.
1/12
Apex made one, didn't they?
Yeah, but then in 1/12, I don't like the cell shading. I don't know, for some reason. I think the cell shading looks really cool in 1/6. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, they have better painter. Well, like better like production paints, I think. Than
I guess.
Didn't
Just
Matrix make
thinking about the
a Mega
size.
Red though?
who?
Who?
Didn't
Mafex?
Matrix make a Mega Red?
Mafex? I don't think so.
No, not yet.
I could be smoking something. I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, just
you are. Aren't you?
Marvel Legends.
Ah,
That's
Hey.
tomorrow night when he's working. Yeah, this looks incredible.
Yeah, their
This
X-Men
is-
line is getting better and better.
It really is. It really is a cool. Like if you were into this animated X-Men, which I am totally not, it's great.
so you're gonna
I
buy
grew
this
up
over
with
the
this.
Jinx?
What?
You're gonna get this over Jinx?
No, I'm not getting
He's not
this at
getting
all.
this.
Oh,
No.
okay.
He just likes.
I don't have any of these. I admire the collect. I mean, I love
That's
the
a-
look of the this is awesome. too.
I want that. Like this is the one I thought about, but I was like, that cape is just hard plastic.
yeah,
and it would
there's
kill me.
nothing to this.
McFarlane,
Yeah,
stop interfering with 1/6.
I still have this. I have this on card. This the original.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was worth something. It's really not. But
man. If that was like somehow soft goods in that cape and they made it
know.
work with the
I
figure, I
know.
would get that in a heartbeat.
I
Someone
know.
needs to do that, but like make it with like actual soft goods, and I'll get it.
Seeing all the these and seeing all the Motu stuff live at PowerCon.
Yeah,
This
yes, he
thing
looks
looks
amazing, right?
Insane, man. I talked at least 2 Masters of the Universe fans into this because they're all crying about how he shouldn't be bigger and the fur, yada yada yada. I'm like, this is a take. I'm like, I don't know what I said at the time, but like, I think this looks. I don't know. I'm not a Motu person, so I'm definitely not a Motu purist. But
There are
I just
plenty
this
of
character
iterations.
needs to be big,
Yes.
and he has been big in the past.
Yes, look at the 20XX series. He was huge.
Yes, exactly. I just thought this looked. They're like, yeah, I don't know about this fur. I'm like, it looks incredible. You got to be kidding
You don't
me.
know about fur on Beastman? What?
I don't know. It's like I think people wish it was plastic or something. I'm like, nah.
No.
Get
The
outta
soft
here.
goods
Get
are where
outta
it's
here.
at.
You're nuts,
Like when they
man.
use it, yes, that's good.
And they bought,
This is
and
great news.
both those people I think bought into it.
He looks great without the armor on too. Like that looks
Yeah, that looks
fucking
pretty
awesome.
good too, right? Like,
Yeah.
like that looks great. The paint is
Even
off.
it, for like custom fodder, if people want to do some crazy like Sasquatch figures or whatnot, that's gonna be awesome.
Shout out, who's the guy who's doing these?
Oh, he has such a long name. It's like
Yeah, see if you can find. Well, whatever. Shout out to him. He's
he's great.
he's great. He's like somebody try and find him because like
It's
now
like,
I shouted
begins
him
with
out
an R.
because he's really really good.
Yeah, his
Kinda
photos.
cute.
And his sister builds all of his dios for him. And
Oh,
everything
really?
like that.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I follow her
he's
too.
killing
And
it
she
with
does
his
great
art
work.
and these things, man. It totally sells him. He's
They're
doing
a
a great
dynamic duo.
yeah, they looked incredible. I wanted to buy them all, and I don't like Masters of the Universe. And this Battle Cat is insane.
I have that battle cat right there.
Do you?
It's
Oh,
sold
Yeah.
out now, right? Is that what they
Oh,
got?
yeah.
it's sold out. Yeah.
It was a timed edition, so if you didn't get it within the first week,
This
it was gone.
stuff. I mean, as much as I say like toys are not an investment, and you got a window here, right? Because you're going to get to the point where people who love Motu are going to be, passing away in the next 20 years. You know what I mean? So-
Jeez, man. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. I
some of
guess we
them-
got 20
some of
years
them
left.
will. Some of them will. Some of them will.
My god!
All right, let's say 30 years. Whatever.
Everyone here is gonna die. I mean, yes,
everybody's
technically,
gonna
yes.
die.
I don't
we
like
will.
Motu anymore.
All right, but what 20 years either passing away or not collecting 1/6 figures anymore. But these, what my point was, these are investments, man. Like these will go up in price because they were limited. They look incredible, unique looking pieces. Yeah, they're great. Did you find that company, Tom?
Boom.
Bingo.
So there we go. It's Nightwolf Toys Mysterious Legend Warrior Deluxe. There's 2 of these. I hate when sites have it where I can't click it. Oh, there we go.
All right. Oh, there we go.
Much better.
Mysterious Legend Warrior.
If I make this like this, is
But
it
now
not
the
bigger?
complaint I heard about this, and I haven't played.
It looks like Arya Stark.
like the
It's
second
my
one.
complaint.
Well, it's not green either. Like I know he had this outfit at one point, but
This
like,
is the outfit from these games. Yes, this is like the canonical on the box art cover outfit from the Breath of the Wild. At least that's this one.
Breath of the Wild. Okay.
So a lot of good accessories. I love the base when you can put the Master Sword down
I'm gonna
in.
play these games too, aren't I?
These
I'm
are
not
great
I'm not gonna
games.
get anything done. I
But
finally
they
got to play
do give you
what
the
I'm
Ultra Hand from the new game. So, because he is wearing the old costume as he's like going down to the dungeon with Zelda in the beginning when this happens. So it is cool to see.
Mhm.
But I did think their Ultra Hand is looks a little wonky to me. It also looks like it's kind of stiff here. It doesn't look like there's a
Yeah.
joint here in the middle.
Is there even a joint on the hand?
I don't think there is. So I don't know if
Yeah.
it's kind of stuck like that. I think it is stuck.
It
like
looks
that.
like it's yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a joint at the elbow either.
Nope. I think it's just a plug-in new arm. Yeah, it is. Paintwork
Are they
would be a little
lighting
bit
it up
better.
like that, or is there actually a light in the top of the arm or something?
I
like
don't know. We could look at the description. Let's see.
that? That's a good idea.
Wow.
What's that?
Clear
Oh,
blue
number
clear
27.
blue
It comes with
arm.
support.
Oh, excellent.
Wow. No, it just says clear blue arm.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining they're just
I think they're
lighting
just
it
lighting
in the
it up,
photos. Yeah. So
What's the price on this? 2 what?
268.
Jesus.
270. Because this is the deluxe version, so I think it's that base. I think they have 200 for
Okay.
the regular. Or is this the other version?
However, this is an unlicensed, toy, so not a likeness that you really have to nail, except for like a video.
And they
game.
didn't nail it at all.
Too
This looks
easy,
nothing
right.
like what Link looks like.
Oh, they're movable eyes, though. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So this is the regular edition is 200. It's $70 for that
They're
base, which
movable
is
eyes,
honestly
and
not
yet
that
I
great.
don't think I've seen one shot where they've moved them.
No, there you go. Slightly more. They're
Maybe.
barely movable. You can move them just between the
Yeah,
center or
It
slightly
just
off to
goes
the right.
Slightly off the side. There we go. That's okay. There you go.
Nice Master
All right.
Sword, classic
Yeah.
base. Yeah. But there's another company doing them too. I don't know if we've seen all the figures or all the pictures for that figure yet.
Mhm.
I haven't. I've only seen like one that Elliot shared. But it does look a little bit better, I think, than this one. But I'm just glad that someone's doing this. Yeah, right there with Mike.
Oh, there'll be a Mondo Battle Cat for sale at my booth at Legion's Con. Oh, Pablo. No, you're not going to tempt me into that, man.
You want the battle cat?
No, I don't. It looks so good, man. It looked like Panther looked great, incredible too.
That's
going
to be my
Okay,
next and
maybe.
last Mondo Motu
Is it?
1/6. I
I
gotta
would peg
stop
you for
somewhere.
getting the Batman the animated series. Well, you got the Motu. I forgot you were a big Motu.
That was my mom even like texted me. She's like, I remember every day it was appointment viewing TV, like every Saturday, like this time you're glued to that thing. Yeah.
See, I was a Thundar kid. I love Thundar better than.
Well, that was before me, you know.
No, it wasn't. It was at the same time. It was after
was well-
Masters of the
well before.
Universe.
Was it after? So it's
Yeah,
a bootleg
they
ripoff of
basically
the
kind
cool
of
shit.
ripped off. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You like GoBots over Transformers too, didn't you?
No, I don't like either one of them. Transformers, I had a couple Transformers, but I wasn't really into it.
Trying to backpedal. I see it is.
Yeah. Well, all right. That's a show.
Yeah.
There you go. What did we learn? What did we learn? What did we take away? What was our lesson from today?
I
I
don't.
wasn't paying attention.
TJ?
I think
What
the
did you
thing
learn?
is that if you're willing to put a little bit of weighting in there, you'll always be offered a probably better looking figure at some point, or what you're actually looking to get. Like,
Right.
there's always value,
Counterpoint, we're all
Yep.
going to die. And,
We're all-
much time
and some
left.
of us shorter than others. If you like Masters of the Universe, you are going
You're
to die
gonna
within the next
yeah,
20
you're dying
years.
first.
Yeah, you got your time is ticking, man.
I'm getting a will written that says that if I die within the next 20 years, suspect number 1 is Trevor Williams. That's,
Oh, I thought I was going to get the Battle Cat. I thought that was like, oh, fuck, all right.
No, no, it's
There's
Trevor.
also another swing on that, from the other side. Like waiting is not always the best thing in some regard. Like again, we're going to use these Predators.
Yep.
You buy these now, they're way more than I paid for them. I mean,
Oh yeah. No, that's the flip
they're
side.
easy $500 per figure
Yep.
now.
Yep.
but that is
I bought 'em-
until they end up doing another version. Like, I swear, I do think that Hot Toys will go back into Predators at some point, like doing the classic ones. And then once that one comes out, you'll start to see those numbers start to maybe dip, maybe not, because maybe they botched the re-release, and then
Mhm.
yours really skyrocket. You never know.
I would be very happy if they did that. I mean, I wouldn't buy them all again, but I'd probably get a true Jungle Hunter, even though I got a nice kit version of it. But still, if I were to try to build this collection now, I'd be out thousands of dollars now compared to what I'm out thousands of dollars, of course, from when I bought them, but just like 2 or 3
I was
times.
gonna say one of those shelves is thousands of dollars right there that you spent, so you don't have that money
all
anymore.
of these shelves, man. But I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
and
not all the time is it good to wait. If
No,
really what it comes down
that's the
to,
flip
if
side.
you want that representation, buy it.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, really, don't listen to us in any other regard. I mean, if you want that one, get it.
No. If you're happy with that,
Yes.
if you're happy with it, if you're settling for it, think about it. Because there are some things that I've done. Susu Toys, the boys.
There are some things I've done, some dark things.
That I settled for. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm just gonna get this because there's no other option. But eventually there will be. I got all the Game of Thrones figures. I've sold a lot of those
Well,
off.
you
And now
needed those. You needed those.
I had to let people know that I liked Game of Thrones. And now In Art is coming out. They've sneak peeked the Jon Snow, which looks incredible.
Yeah.
So I'll be selling this Jon Snow fairly soon that I put money into.
And not to mention, InArt is doing that, but then also 3.0 is coming out with a new Jon Snow that also looks way better. That'll probably be a lot cheaper.
Oh, yeah. Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, they're doing a new Jon Snow and a Rob Stark. And they
Where are there images of those?
I shared them.
Yeah,
little
TJ
chat.
sent them to us.
Oh, did you?
Pretty good.
I wouldn't pull up our chat
yeah.
thread.
No, don't do that. But you can open up the picture. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. I don't know why I didn't think that was.
those are 3.0. They're doing those look really good. I like them.
For some reason, I thought that was the InArt version.
No, sir.
These look pretty good.
There's always something to say for worth waiting, or if you want to get it, because at some point, I'm very happy with what I have on my shelf. Is there going to be a better Spider-Man coming out next week? Oh, for sure. Am I probably going to get that one too? Probably. But I'm happy with the ones I got. Yeah, this is
That's a good looking Rob Stark or Jon Snow.
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The nose is a little long up here, but otherwise it looks pretty solid.
Compared to the original release.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Going to what we're saying, like there's always going to be, but this is how many years after that? Like, was it been 3 years since they came out with the first version of this?
No, the first version was like 2017, 18.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
God damn,
maybe
that's
not
right.
this
Right.
costume, but the very first
You're
one
right.
they did.
No, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's the Rob Stark. Let me find the Rob Stark here.
Yeah, the Rob Stark looked really good too. I was actually really impressed with that one.
I
thought that one
really
actually looked
want
even
that
better.
one.
Yeah, that one looked
I
better.
kind of do without Rob Stark. I mean, this again is getting into some deep cuts. I don't know. Maybe having all the Starks.
I like
I don't
the
know.
armor a lot.
I know the armor looks good. This actually looks. I think this is better.
I'm not buying anybody who died.
So don't buy anybody from that entire show. Except for
they're dead, I
Bran.
don't want 'em.
You can get Bran in a wheelchair.
Like Hamlet. I'm not going to buy anybody who died in Hamlet.
Now undead is different. I'll get undead, but dead, no. I want dead.
Honestly,
That-
the White
this looks
Walkers are the ones that I want the most. Those are my favorite ones.
Yeah, this looks great. But I mean, I don't know. I think that is a thing where I would wait till InArt came out with theirs to see for sure.
You guys should have seen me trying to sell Game of Thrones on my friend when it first came out. It would already aired on HBO, and I had the DVDs or whatever for season 1, and I brought him over to his house, and I make him sit down and start watching them, and of course, brothel scenes and all kinds of adult content. I'm like, this is how HBO sells a show. Just deal with it. You'll get past it. This is what they do for right now. They
Was he a
sell it with
priest?
that.
What was the problem with that?
Oh, just he was kind of just commenting on the fact that it was essentially Skinamax,
Gratuitous.
and not,
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
not a show. And I was like, just calm down. You just got to get past this couple episodes. They want to reel you in with the flesh, and then they'll get you, and you won't know who anybody is, regardless of how many times you watch it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was the fun.
Yeah,
thing
thank
about
God those
Game of
books
Thrones.
had like a bibliography of everybody like in those books because I had to.
If you read the
like,
books, you know.
Well, yeah, and I had to. I did read the books, and you had to, but you still had to refer back to that the character bibliography area because it was like it's not a bibliography. I don't
Yeah,
know
when
what's called.
Arya's making their list, some of them you got to go, wait, who?
Jesus, yeah, I was like, oh, that was the.
How long is
cousin.
this list? God dang it!
Good Lord,
Santa Claus over here.
True enough.
All the kids.
All right, kids, that's a show. Boy, that's a show.
Indeed.
It's almost a 2-hour show. So there you go. Buy, don't buy. It's all up to you.
Makes no difference
You-
to us. It's
You
your
don't have
money.
much time left, so like have a good
Like
time.
Motu.
But hold out maybe for a better version. I mean, don't settle for crap. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, if you like
That's
if you
all.
like Motu, Trevor will be hunting you within the next 2 decades. So be careful.
Yeah.
Watch your
Yeah.
back.
I'm not like taking out people who like Motu. I mean, it's like
That was my
It'd be
takeaway.
like the fall of the House of Usher.
all right, guys. That's right. Yes, as Alberto says, may the phone be with you. And I really hope they don't redo Sith Anakin or Scarlet Spider. We need some Grails in our collection. Okay, there you go. Well said. Well said. Good night.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I'll take a
Goodbye.
Across the Spider Verse
guys.
Scarlet Spider. Just saying.
Okay. There you go.
Mayfix.
We're all going to be playing Spider-Man 2 this weekend, I think, right? Everybody?
Oh yeah.
In it right
It's on
now.
my new TV.
Is that why TJ you're so quiet?
I'm gonna hook it. Oh, you playing it right now?
Yep.
How you doing? You in the high school?
I'm sneaking back in. I know what that means.
You're right where I quit.
This is why TJ doesn't talk during this. He's been playing video games the entire time. Like for the last 2.5 years, he's just been playing video games
Yep.
off screen.
Spider-Man 2, bro. I mean, come on.
All right, kids. May the phone be with you. Good luck. Good
Have a
night.
great night,
See you in
guys.
2 weeks. Bye.